Alright, so hello and welcome back to the Amtut tutorial. And in this guide, we will be learning how to write a book and a note in Arcanum. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is open up our normal path, and this time we're going to be in the mess folder. So we're going to want to go to gamebook.mess, and we are going to want to write a book. So this is a sample book right here. Every time you create a new mod, this will probably be in here. So I'm just gonna leech off of this one, I guess. Actually, no, I'll leave that one in there. I'll just write a new one. Alright, now books and notes have to be written on multiples of 10. So since this one started at 1,000, we have to go to 1,010. And this is our line number. And the second one is the writing, I guess. Now, you have this little key up here that shows you what the numbers mean. You have to start every text with this, and 28 is the mage type font, and C is center aligned. So if you wanted to do Old English font and left aligned, you type 171L, and then you type space, and then you type your text. No, okay, what the heck just happened? Oh, weird things happen when I record this. Alright, so we're gonna write our own thing. I like the mage font, personally. And the title page will be center aligned. And we're going to want to come down to about halfway through the page. So every return that you do, every space that you put, that is actually seen in the book in-game. So we go with the title of the book. And then by the author. Now we're going to want to create a new line for the book. So, why does this keep coming up? There we go. Okay. So we're going to want to create a new line, and that is just the next line. So 1011. And I will be right back in a second. Alright, I am back, and here we go. Alright, so our new line is 1011, and we are going to want our new line to show up on the other end of the page. This one will be about the middle of the page, and the other line we want on the next page. So, in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and type in 28 to continue with the same font style, L for left align, and we're going to want it to show up on the other page, so we'll hit return a couple of times, I'm not really used to writing books, so I have no clue what the spacing is. I know 16 lines are in a page, and I think you can have only 10 pages per book. So that leaves you with about 4,000 words per book, I guess. So if you're gonna write an actual like novel in game, you might want to split it up over like multiple books. I think the in game it's called in the Toronto Library. I think it's called the Orcish something. It's like multiple volumes. I don't know. So, after we have our new line here, I'm pretty sure that's going to show up on the next page. I'm not quite sure though, but we will type in our sample text. And I know on the Amtut page they actually have a he wrote an actual story here. It's basically all of this whole page here. So if you want to copy this story in here, you could get it into like 5 or 6 lines, and it's a lot easier to write, I guess. But if you just copy and paste like his massive story in this line here, it will just cut off at some point wherever the page ends, and you'll have to write a continuation, which I might actually do that just to show you something. Alright. So I'll just start selecting this. And I will copy and paste this into this thing here. So I'll go ahead and Control V. Oh wow, that's a lot of text. Yeah, I'll go ahead and file save, and I'll show you what I mean by it cutting it off in game. So, first, actually, I'm going to show you how to write a quick note really fast. So, it's similar to similar to a book. 2 sets of brackets, multiples of 10, and you don't have to worry about 28C or whatever you want to use. All you do is type in the text, and it can only be a page. So if you use like the entire Amtut story, it's not gonna take it all because it can only be on 1 page. So we'll go ahead and actually copy and paste that just so I can see where it cuts off, and go ahead and file save. So I'll go ahead and minimize that, open up World Editor, and open up Amtut, file open mod, or file open I should say. And here is our town here. So we're going to want to create a book and a note. To do that, you select W, place a note down, or a book, and you place it down, edit, and then you change the picture to a note, and then written type, you select note, and that's all there is. So for our note, if you remember, our start line was 1030. End line doesn't matter because it's a note. We'll go ahead and hit OK. Our book, we really only need the start line because it ends. But if you did not want it to, if you wrote like a massive thing, then you might want to consider putting an end line. I'll do both. So we've got, it starts at 1010, ends at 1011. So, there is our book. We'll go ahead and hit OK, save, compress, and I will see you in Arcanum. And these books are not completed yet, so we will see how to fix that in a minute. Alright, here we are in Arcanum. Go ahead and open our game, and we're going to pick up the note and the book. Hopefully these don't crash my game, because I know they're not going to work. Alright, so here's our note. I just copied the Amtut tutorial, or the Amtut story off of his website, and as you can see, it cuts off at a part. So that's because notes can only be one page and are not really meant to be like this long, unless you have it cut off because it's like a torn part of a torn page of a book or something. So it cuts off at about here. So basically you can only have a limited amount of lines. I believe it's 16. And as for the book, if you come in here, you have this, and oh, okay, that's well, that's new. I guess you guys can tell I already haven't written too many books. I could have sworn that you needed a new line to keep going, but I guess I was wrong. So, huh. Well, I originally thought that it would cut off just like it did the note, and then you'd have to write something like continued, and then you'd have to create a new line, and then that would show up on the next page. But obviously, it just keeps going. I guess you could probably type in continued just to show, hey, there's another page, if you really wanted to, but I guess that's it. Yeah, I don't really write too many books, as I'm more of a mathematical person and not a literary person. So, yeah, this part of the Amtut tutorial is probably the hardest to record for me. But we got our working note and our working book, so I really can't complain. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, I see what happened. Actually, yeah, okay, I guess I was right. Alright, so if you look, the story is actually not finished here. So, if we look, it is written off of, continued off of take. So, to, fix that, I'm going to show you real quick. Okay, great. Now I have to find take. Didn't work. Alright, I found it. Okay. So here is where our story cut off at last time. In order to do that, in order to make it continue up to wherever, I guess. We'll go ahead and delete that, and we have to create a new line and a continuation of the first line. So this is going to be 1012, and then we can go ahead and type in our 28L. then just paste it back in here, and there it is. So here is our first line. This is where it cut off at last time. This is our new line. It will probably cut off again a couple more times, and you can keep doing that until you have your whole book written in game. And I'm gonna want to go ahead and, did I not close this out? I do not know if I had this open or not when I had Arcanum open, because that's known to cause problems, and I didn't die. I'm gonna have to look at the video after I finish this then. Alright, I'm gonna open up Arcanum and see if this worked. Oh yeah. Multiplayer network, host game, Amtut, logging in. That could be a problem. Oh boy. This is not good. Well, I'm gonna have to recover my file. This is probably completely unexpected. Alright, so at least you guys learned how to write a book and a note. I guess I had World Editor open when I loaded Arcanum, so I'm pretty sure my Amtut thing is permanently screwed over. I'm gonna have to completely remake everything, so if town changes a little bit, yeah, I guess that'll be why. So I will see you next time after I fix what I broke. Okay, guys, if you learned anything from this video, because I suck at writing books and notes, don't leave World Editor open when you run Arcanum, because it doesn't work. And yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you next time.